A man is eating at home. Suddenly, a female sorcerer falls from the sky. The man quickly saves the female sorcerer. But when the sorcerer wakes up, she has lost her memory. She doesn't remember that she came from the magical world, and she falls in love with the man who saved her. So, they quickly establish a romantic relationship. Soon after, they get married. The sorcerer once thought she would live a happy life, but fate had already set a trap for her ahead. It was a rainy night. The sorcerer was at home, giving birth while pregnant. A neighbor suddenly barges into her house. He tells the sorcerer a hopeless message. The sorcerer's husband died in an accident. The sorcerer is heartbroken. With the help of a midwife, she painfully gives birth to fraternal twins. But in the next moment, the midwife, upon seeing the twins, gets scared and runs away. The sorcerer immediately looks at her two children. To her surprise, she discovers that both children have the dark death marks on them. The sorcerer instantly recalls her past memories. It turns out that she was once a high-level sorcerer, but an accident occurred during an advancement exam. She fell into the real world because of it. At that moment, an elderly man suddenly appears outside the door. He is the sorcerer's teacher. The sorcerer walks to her teacher, holding her children. The teacher wants to take her back to the magical world, but the sorcerer firmly refuses. She now has two children. She must stay in the real world to take care of them. Unexpectedly, the teacher knows with just one look. Her two children won't live past 18. It turns out that the death marks on the children are God's punishment for the sorcerer's secret union with a human to have children. The death marks will continuously drain their lives, eventually causing them to age prematurely and die. The sorcerer immediately kneels before the teacher. She pleads with the teacher to save her children. The teacher says that only if the sorcerer advances to a grand sorcerer can the children be saved. So the sorcerer makes a pact with the teacher. 8 years later, after the sorcerer has raised the children a little, she will return to the magical world to take the exam. Time quickly passes, and 8 years later, this day, the sorcerer and her two children are eating at home. Today is the day the sorcerer leaves home. She gives a magical gem to the elder brother to keep safe. This gem will notify the sorcerer if the children are in danger. Before leaving, the sorcerer specifically calls the neighbor. She gives the neighbor $100,000. She asks the neighbor to take care of her children. The neighbor agrees without hesitation, but just as the sorcerer is about to leave, the older brother, with his sister, runs out of the house. They both embrace the sorcerer tightly. They beg their mother not to leave. The sorcerer promises her children that she will return in 10 years. Then, the sorcerer leaves with determination. But the sorcerer doesn't know. The neighbor quickly breaks his promise. He doesn't take good care of the two children. The two children have to beg for a living. Meanwhile, the sorcerer's advancement exam is